Hey y'all, it's me again. Uh-oh, Lord, I'm in the dark. Hey y'all, it's me, it's me again. I am back with another Wednesday pick-me-up. And Lord knows, it's been a long week already. This daylight saving time is not saving time. Anyway, I am back with another message. I am actually here now cooking dinner. Well, so I'm eating dinner. Well, I'm fixing dinner, but I'm fixing breakfast because I just had a taste for a bagel with bacon, egg, and avocado. And am I having coffee with it? Absolutely. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right. See my avocado right there? Don't pay no mind to that. Don't pay no mind to that brown spot right there. But yes, here we go. Lord, I done burnt the bacon. Father? Well, it's not burnt. It's actually okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. Anyway. Alright, so I just wanted to talk about this week's message. This week's message, which is about never quitting. And boy, do I have a million stories about that. And actually, it's a recent story that I can't talk about. I know y'all are sick of me saying that I can't talk about certain stuff, but I can't. Not until some things are all done and over with. But, yeah. We're just gonna leave it at that. But so, never quitting. I have always been the type of person that never gives up. I always go after what I want, which has been a good thing and a bad thing throughout my life. Because sometimes I go after stuff knowing good and well I shouldn't be, but I do it anyway because I was raised like that. I always go after what I want and I never stop until I get what I want, no matter how much I have to sacrifice. But there's some times where you do give up or you want to give up. But let me tell you, don't do it. So when we give up on things, we never know why those things were placed on us to begin with. So say for instance, I went to college originally I was a computer science major. I love computers, like I'm a computer nerd. So in high school I did programming and I thought that's what I wanted to do. Well, that was not my calling because guess what? Where are my glasses? I don't have my glasses. But guess what? Computer science takes a lot of math. That ain't me. So in high school, math, I loved it, was good at it. But high school math and college math, two totally different things. I learned that the hard way. But anyway, so I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Take a business class. I love business. It is so exciting to me to have to come up with different ideas, present them, get people to, fall in love with these ideas, whatever. So then I'm a business major. So, then I'm going through life, and I get typecast into sales positions. Even though I'm good at sales, not my calling, not my mission in life, nor is it anything that I want to do. I'm hungry, so I can't talk and chew gum at the same time, so let me stop this, and then I'm gonna come back with some scrambled eggs. Okay, be right back. And before anybody comes for me, no, I do not put anything in my scrambled eggs. Come fight me if you want. I just don't do it. I just don't do it. And yes, people think I'm weird for that. I've been called it all, okay? But anyway, like I was saying, sales positions, that's all I would get. Business development. I do like business development because 9 times out of 10, it's for a good reason or for a good cause. So I will say sales for profit organizations, that's probably where I have a problem. But like fundraising and business development, I'll do that. But I guess it's just the traditional sales positions. But was in a business development position a few years ago, and I was happy, but I knew I was wasting my talents. And I will say this, a part of this job, I wore many hats, where I had to do the marketing, I did social media, I did a bunch of other different things with this position. And the creative side of it, that's where I really blossom. That's where I really excel. And instead of just being dealt with, oh, you're just, good at this, you might as well stick to this, there's money to be made and you're making it. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but I am not my parents where I'm going to stay in a job for 30 plus years and just work it just because. That's never been me. I want to be happy. And so I went back to school. After being out of school for almost 20 years to get my master's. It was one of the scariest things I have ever done, because not only did I go back to school and have to do work, papers, tests, quizzes, but I had to do it on my dime. Now, did I do well in undergrad? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not going to sit up here and say that I did. Nope, sure didn't. But I got into grad school. So I'm in this program. Oh yeah, pimento cheese. Do not judge me. But anyway, so I get into this program, and there were many times where I wanted to quit. Like, why am I doing this program? So I had the goal in mind to get out of sales by putting a dent in my resume. Meaning, in order for employers to stop seeing me as a salesperson, I had to go back to school to do what I wanted to do, what I excelled at, what my long-term goal was, in order to break the cycle of doing just sales. And so that's why I went back to school and I received my master's degree in communications, well, strategic communications, which has to do with digital media and all of that fun stuff. And yeah, it was the best thing I could have ever done. There were many times where I wanted to quit because it was during COVID, and that was a very stressful time for everybody. I was the manager of a clinic, well, a few clinics, and it was just a very stressful time. But I never gave up on my dream of graduating. And so after I graduated, I immediately started applying to jobs. And I landed one. I landed a really good job with a local hospital, and it was in communications, what I wanted to do. It wasn't fully what I wanted to do, but it was the start of it. And so that job it sealed the deal for me. Broke the cycle of the sales positions. God put in my heart a long time ago to go back to school, and I was fighting it. And I was fighting it. And eventually I broke down and I was like, I'm not happy. I am not happy. I had to make the decision whether or not I was going to stick with what I was doing or go after my dream and get my master's. Just get it over with. Stop whining and just do it. All right, so I am finished eating. Sorry that you didn't see the food. I don't think I put it in the tape or in the thing. But up here, working again on my on this bedroom goal, and then my trusted gummies. I'm gonna turn into a gummy. I wanted something different for myself. Oftentimes we pray and pray and pray for God to deliver me from the job that I have. Well, sometimes God's like, you gotta do something for me. So I had been fighting going back to school, knowing I should have gone right after I graduated, but I didn't. I'm glad I didn't though, because what I received my master's in was not a thing. Like, who knew social media was going to take off like it has? Back in the Stone Ages, when I was in college, we were using IM. If you know, you know. But so who knew that social media was going to be this huge engine that it is now? So what the creative juices in me wanted to do hadn't even been, thought of. And furthermore, I went at the perfect time, because what I'm doing now, I'm here with you all, and I'm putting together, videos and reels and, all this stuff online. And my degree prepared me for that. So I do believe that going back to school not only helped progress me in my career and to change my career rather, but it is helping me in reaching people, reaching everybody, and doing what I love to do. Don't be concerned about how long your journey is. Um, I know we're only here for a short time, but life is not a sprint. Life should be taken day by day. Um, don't be in a rush. I remember when I was little, my dad especially used to say, don't rush it. Don't you'll grow up soon enough. Don't rush being older. I do like to say don't rush in anything, because when you rush, that's when you give up. That's when you find sometimes that it's hard because you're trying to do all the things and you just need to focus on one thing at a time. So if you are on a mission and you feel as if you have a calling, such as I did, I knew that I was going back to school to be happy and to break the cycle of being in sales. But I also knew, I saw down the road of what I wanted to do with my own business. And when I was laid off in 2017, I talk often about God putting in my heart a business that He wanted me to do. And I knew then that the education and experience that I had then was not going to cut it. I needed some extra little this and that in order to build on what I wanted to do. And so going back to school, it was a huge decision that I had to make, but it was more than just me wanting a new job. It was me trying to build on my business. And, God has blessed me this year in getting to that point. And I will say this too. I'll say that God is more interested in your journey, and He's more interested in you finishing rather than how long it takes you to finish. I will say this along the way, even through COVID, going through COVID, that made my master's program longer, because I actually stopped a semester because it was too much. When I was managing these clinics, it was I was traveling out of town, helping other clinics, and it was a lot. So I actually stopped school for a semester, and that was okay, because I knew I was going to pick it back up because I had a goal in mind, and I knew that I wanted to pursue this degree, and I knew that there was a bigger program than me. And I was really following instruction, and I was able to jump back into school no problem that next semester. And, even though I was working hard at my job, being in school, not having to do papers, tests, quizzes, that was great. That was absolutely great. But God said, okay, you've taken your time off. Let's get it. And so I was able to, no problem, jump back into school and finish that program. And I have been better from it. My journey through going through school it was tough, not even gonna lie, but it was it taught me how strong I really was, how hard I could work, because I did not work like this in undergrad. I think it's something when it's on your own dime that makes you work harder. But I worked so hard through school, and I was so proud of myself, so proud of myself. And so my journey taught me, how tough I was, how hard I could work. When I really put my mind to something, I can go for it, because like I said, undergrad was total opposite. I was living the life. And it was touch and go for a while there, but I made it out of undergrad. But yeah, it was a journey, and he said, "Good job" afterwards. I'm convinced of it, because I got a job after that. I just want to leave you with this: never give up on your prayers. Never give up on God's promise. And never give up on your purpose. If you know that God has placed something in your heart, never give up on that. Never give up on fighting the good fight. And keep pushing. Because I guarantee you that in the end, everything will work out if you just keep your eyes focused on the prize. That's all you have to do, is keep your eyes focused on the prize, and you'll be fine. You will be absolutely fine. There have been several times in my life that I have wanted to give up. I didn't see a way to the end, but God sees the way. And if you pray and ask for guidance, He will guide you and direct your path on how to get to your goal. Trust me, because like I said, there have been plenty of times where I've wanted to give up. I have wanted to say, "You got it. This is not for me. I'm good." But I think I said this in my last video, the grass is greener. Just know that you got to keep moving. You got to keep pushing. I have to, and it's maybe not so easy as just knowing that. You may have to write it down. There are oftentimes, this is a little tip, there are often times where I can say things out loud all day long, but unless I see it written, I don't believe it. I will literally write down motivation for myself. You can pump yourself up and say stuff and, you got this. No, I have to write it down. I have to write it down, and I have to read it over and over and over and over and over again to myself. That's what this book is like. This book right here, this is one of my journals, one of my 100 journals around this house that I have. But I have so much in here. If you saw what's in here, you'd be like, but affirmations and you got this, there's a whole page of you got this, pages, of you got this in this, because it's important to be a second hype man. Your first hype man is going to be God, but you have to be your own motivation. You have to be your own support at times. You have to want it. You have to want something, and you cannot give up on the reason why you are doing what you are doing. You have to have that in your head, ingrained in your head, and you have to believe it. Because if you don't believe it, you're not going to do it. I should know. I am Miss Chaser. So I wanted to give you all an update on the room so far that I'm redecorating and show you somewhat of a picture. I'm not going to show you the picture of the room still, but we have picked out a bed. And now what I'm trying to do is, you remember I was telling you about the walls. All 4 walls are a dark, so she saw my video and corrected me. It's a dark brown grayish wall. Looks brown to me. But anyway, so dark brown grayish wall. So trying to figure out if I want to put paneling, wall panels behind the bed, because the bed, as you see, is emerald green. And although it would look good up against the wall color, I want to see if like wall paneling, which is so pretty to me, will make that bed pop out even more. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. So I have tons of stuff to get for this room. Like I have blackout curtains to get. I've got nightstands, lamps to pick out. I've got a bench and possible chair and table. Listen, it is so much that's going into this room, but guess who loves every second of it? Me. I love it. And I have a surprise for her that I'm working on because I know some things that she loves. So today I asked her, I said, even though I know some of them, I asked her, I said, well, give me your top 5 people that you love the most. You know, I know she loves, say, Michael Jackson. That's a given. Or Fannie Lou Hamer, given. You know, I want to know something because I'm planning something very special in a corner of the room. So I'm looking at the picture of it, sorry. So I'm working from that. She needs lighting for her closet. She needs shelving for her, or not shelving, but a cabinet for her closet. She has a tall chest in her room and I'm getting rid of that. So, you know, it's all gonna come together, but there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do. So here are all the things the list of things that I'm gonna be doing for her. Oh, it's a whole big thing. So we'll see. But yeah, so I don't want you all to think that I am buying stuff and not including you, because we haven't even gotten to that point yet, because we're still picking stuff out. I think we went through 15 or 20 beds, no lie, because nothing was working. So, and like I said, the bed is something that I let her pick out, and I was gonna do the rest. But I don't know, she was so picky about the bed. I might just run everything by her. But anyway, that's where we are. And so, yeah, I will keep you all tuned on that. So if you want to keep up to date on the room progress and to get more inspirational tips and tricks and hear my little story times on stuff that I've gone through, and just like this topic of never quitting, I could tell you 1,000 more stories on things that I've gone through that I've wanted to give up on and quit, but never did, because I had a goal in mind. And as I got older, I'm able to recognize desires that are placed in my heart from God, not just what I want to do, but what God wants me to do. So I have a million stories. I have a million songs. So if you want to see more, just subscribe, comment, share. I love it when I get DMs and, feedback on what I'm doing, what you want to see more of. Just let me know. But don't forget to subscribe, turn your notifications on, and so you can see more content from me. But just wanted to leave you with this. You were given this life because you are strong enough to live it. And I'm here to tell you, if that ain't the realest statement and a nugget.